What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Heroes for Sale YouTube channel. On this week's episode of the show, we are going to be talking about a question that I get fairly frequently on TikTok or from newer collectors. And the question is, what types of boxes should you be buying to basically make a lot of money? And I think I'm not sure if it's a misconception or the reasoning why when people come back into the hobby, because it's something that I also thought. I think when I first came back in, probably like March of 2018, I had been buying packs and I was like, oh, okay, so I'll buy these packs and I'll just sell all the cards in the pack and I'll make my money back. And most of the time, I'd say you can probably get, depending on what type of rookies you're getting in the packs, you can get maybe 50 to 75% of the value. Like, there are opportunities where you can make money or you can make most of your money back, and definitely some boxes are not as good as others. So, for example, if you're buying like a Prism box, or if you're buying a box of Optic for basketball, or if you're buying, even like a box of Mosaic, if you're able to find that, those types of boxes are going to be more valuable than a box of like Topps flagship Series 1 or Series 2. Now, granted, this year's 2020 Series 1 actually is a pretty good product and has a pretty good amount of good rookies in there. Series 2 is okay. We obviously don't know about Topps update yet, but those boxes, like basketball boxes, are going to be better values from a money making standpoint. But the only problem is what has happened is that it's almost impossible to find those boxes at the retail price, because if you can find them for $20 at like a Target or there's no way you're gonna be able to find it at a hobby shop, because they can dictate the prices of what they want them to be. So they're going to be more than $20. But if you find them at like a Target or a Walmart and they're $20, chances are you're going to be able to flip the boxes probably for double or triple the value. And that's pretty much the case across the board with basketball. Even like hoops packs, which are usually, those are usually supposed to be on the cheaper end. You could, if you found like a box, a $20 box of hoops, you could probably still sell it for like 35 bucks and make a little bit of profit. Granted, hoops isn't a great product, and if you're not pulling like a Zion or a Jaw, you're probably not making your money back. But that's kind of one of the issues this year that people have been having with buying boxes and packs, has been their ability to actually even find the boxes. Because if they look online, like I said, you're paying double, triple the amount of what the box is actually worth. And then once that happens, your chance of getting your money back goes completely out the window, because like if you're not pulling one of the top rookies out of this product, you're not making any type of your money back. So for another example, like Bowman is one that is still, even though it's not as good of a product as any of these basketball products, it's still been fairly hard to find. But if you're pulling like a Jason Dominguez, who's probably the best player out of this year's Bowman, or a Bobby Witt Jr., like there's a chance that you could sell for, I don't know, $25 and make some of your money back. If you're looking for personals, you probably can find them in that $25 to $30 range. Like I do some box breaks, and I'll buy a personal box for $30 because I'm all right spending the extra money, even though, you know 9 times out of 10 you're probably not pulling the best card from that box, from that product. Now, is there a chance that you could pull like a Jason Dominguez autograph and then you're quadrupling your money? Like off the top of my head, I don't know what his autographs go for, but if you're pulling like an autograph or a low number parallel in a Prism box or in a Bowman box, like those are cards that you are going to make a decent amount of money on. But for the most part, if you can find boxes and if you buy the boxes and you can sell every single card in the box. Now, granted, it's kind of hard to sell some of these cards in the boxes because the non-rookie base cards are not in super high demand, and that's another issue. Like when you're doing research on eBay and you're looking for cards to flip, what you're going to find is that not every card is going to, even if you can find a card that has a good like margin where you can buy it and sell it for a decent margin. Like you have to look at how many of these cards are selling, because if you're not looking at that, the thing is, like, yeah, you may be able to buy the card for fairly cheap and sell it for a good amount, but if no one wants to buy the card, then you're going to run into an issue and you're going to get stuck with the card. So to basically answer or to go on to the next point of this question, are there boxes that you should be buying to make money? Now, there are higher end boxes. So for basketball, there's National Treasures, and that is going to be one of the best products. It's super expensive. It's a few $1,000s for a box. So like, it's not like this isn't like going to a Target and finding these. Like, that's kind of the thing. So there are like higher end products that you have maybe a better chance, but you also have a chance of the card, like spending a couple $1,000s and getting a card that's only worth $200 or $300. Like, so it's all about what you're willing to risk, and it's very similar with like these lower end boxes. Like, you could get your money back, or you could basically make no money at all. So the second part of this question is, so if you're not buying boxes, what should you be doing to try and make money if you're trying to make money buying and selling sports cards? It's going to be buying singles. It's going to be buying single cards, and I know that can be, I don't know, boring, because it's like you don't get the rush of buying the box and like looking at it and being like, well, there could be this card in here. And it's like, yes, but I think if you're trying to make money, you have to look at it from a business perspective, and you have to say, although it's fun to open boxes, and I'll definitely admit that, like, there's a couple, like, if you're trying to make money or you're trying to collect for fun, like, I think those are two different conversations. Like, if you're trying to collect for fun, then buying boxes and opening it, that's a ton of fun. And I think I consider myself kind of in the middle of both of those types of people who are into sports cards. Like, I want to make money from it, but I also want to have fun and open boxes. So I'll do both. Most of the time I am buying singles. Like, I'm not, like, I bought 2 boxes, unfortunately, this year of Prism early when it first came out, and the blasters themselves were $20 at retail, and I bought them at my hobby shop for $35. But if you go to eBay now, I think those blasters are like $100. So, you know, that would have been an interesting way. Like, buying boxes is sort of another way of like making money if you have the discipline to buy the actual box and not open it. Like, if you're buying hobby boxes of Series 2 from last year, Series 2 last year was probably one of the best baseball products you could have gotten. Or if you have any unopened boxes of Topps 2018 Topps Update, that's another really good product. So, like I said, basically, you can either really focus on making money. Now, you can also buy lots of cards. Now, typically, there's a couple different types of lots. There's going to be ones that are all of the same card, and then there's ones that are going to be a multitude of different cards, which someone's just trying to sell all at once. So you can make money buying and selling both, because if you buy lots and then you individually sell each card, most of the time someone is willing to sell all the cards for less money, if so that way they can do less transactions. That's not always the case, but if you are looking for deals and you're looking for lots, that is something that you can do, is buy a lot of, like, let's say, like, I don't know, I'm just making this up. So Fernando Tatis right now, Jr., his PSA 10s, I think, are going for around $90 for his Topps Series 2 card. Like, you may be able to find a lot of 5 for like $390 or something like that. So you're buying the cars below the market value for one, but you're buying multiple of them. Now, you're making like $50 profit, because you hypothetically, you even could buy the lot and then just sell the lot and not sell the cards individually. You could just put it up for $450, and if it sells for $450, now granted, you're paying PayPal fees and eBay fees, so like that lot itself probably wouldn't be worth buying, because you would be getting a ton of fees from like buying the card first of all because you got to pay taxes, you got to pay all that stuff, and then selling the cards, you're paying like 10 to 13% between eBay and PayPal. So that is where there may not be that, especially when you're getting into these higher end stuff. So it may be a good idea, like if you can, and this is another way to do it. You can buy the lot for $9 or $3.90 or whatever. And if you sell it off of eBay, that may be a way to do it. You would probably have to take a little bit less profit to do that, but you could probably take the lot and sell it not on eBay, and you're saving some of the fees, but granted you will have to probably take a little bit less money, or maybe you just buy and you hold because you like Tatis. So buying singles and buying lots it's probably it's going to be a much better way than buying boxes. And it's unfortunate that has to be the answer, because buying boxes and opening packs is fun. But the thing is, like, it's not conducive to actually making the money that you're looking to make if you're trying to get into sports cards and make money. If you're trying to get into sports cards and have fun and make money, there's ways to do that. I mean, but you're going to have to combine buying boxes and buying singles, because that's basically the way that I do it. And granted, I'm not buying these higher end National Treasures boxes. Like, I'm just going down to the local Target and finding like Series 2 blasters, or Series 1 when it was out. Like, I can't find that much Bowman, but like or even basketball for that matter, because what ends up happening, at least from my understanding of it, the way that it works with Topps, they send these Targets and these places the product, but with Panini, they actually have a Panini employee, like a distributor, come and they fill up the shelves. So, I'm not saying to do this, but if you know the Panini distributor, you can be like, hey, when are you going? And then you can go and buy some of the either football or basketball stuff. I think that there probably should be some sort of rule where you can't just buy all the product that they have on the shelves. That obviously is not something they probably would do, because it's like, if they honestly, if they want to just sell it all at once, like get it off their hands, like for them, they're like, fine, whatever, we don't really care that much. Like, we don't care who's buying it. If someone's buying it all, like, that's fine with us. Like, we're getting rid of all of it. But if you're going in there looking for basketball products, obviously that's going to be a bummer, because like one person's buying it and then the person's probably like selling it for double or triple the amount online somewhere. Now, that's a business model. Like, if you are going into Target every single day and you're checking right when they open to see if they've stocked the shelves, like, that takes a lot of work. So like, for them to buy the product and then sell it for double and triple, like, they're putting in the work to do it. So I'm fine with that. It is unfortunate that you really can't find any basketball product in any stores or not pay a premium for it. But I think what that does sometimes lead to is that buying these singles, they're not going to be necessarily cheaper, but someone, they may be willing to take a little bit less of, they may be willing to take a deal. Now, I'm not 100% sure about this, so don't take my word. But like, someone who, they bought a box online and they paid $80 for a Prism box. Like, I think that depending on the card, like if it's a Zion or a Ja, they're probably not going to be willing. But if you can find that person selling maybe a lot of rookies, like, there's a chance that you could put in an offer that's a little bit lower than what they're asking for, and maybe they'll accept it. That's also a scenario where if people have best offers, it's worth putting in a lower bid if you're trying to make money on the card, because there's a chance that they may accept it because either they have had the listing up for a while, or they have just, or they're just trying to get rid of the cards quickly so that way they can buy something else. But that's pretty much the answer to the question of which boxes you should buy. And I guess it's more of a question like if you should be buying boxes or you should be buying singles. So, whenever someone asks me which boxes should you be buying to make money, I try and give them both scenarios where I say, well, you can have fun and open these boxes, but just don't expect the money to come in, really. Or you can buy singles, and that's realistically going to be the way that you're gonna make your money. Oops. that's all I've got for today's episode of the Heroes for Sale YouTube channel. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you have smashed the like button and taken a second thought at touching the subscribe button or smashing it, however you want to do it. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to learn more about sports cards and you want to listen to a daily podcast about sports cards, I've got that. It's a Heroes for Sale podcast. It's out on Spotify and iTunes every day. There isn't really a time every day. I need to get better at that, but there's an episode that's out every day. Also, go follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and then TikTok if it's still around. If it's not, then RIP TikTok. But I don't know. We'll see. So that's going to be it, everybody. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next episode.